So there was like a lot of people saying, oh, obesity is a pre-existing condition. It's a risk factor to get COVID-19. Obesity is the risk factor to obtain it, whatever. So this was when, before all the governments started closing down, our states started closing down. But a lot of people were saying that obesity is a risk factor to get COVID-19. So obesity is not a risk factor to get COVID-19. Obesity is a risk factor to type 2 diabetes. Obesity is a risk factor to heart conditions. So those two are risk factors to COVID-19. Diabetes is a risk factor. Heart condition is a risk factor, but not obesity, because you could be thin and have type 2 diabetes. You could be thin and have a heart condition, and you're still at higher risk. But it's because of being obese, you're more likely to have those conditions. So that's what it is. So people keep saying, oh, obese people are getting it more. I'm like, no, it's not because they're obese. It's because they have another pre-existing condition.
Doesn't sometimes those conditions, whatever those pre-existing conditions, don't sometimes those contribute to the obesity? Like say you have like uncontrolled diabetes, would that contribute to you becoming more obese than the average person?
It really depends. It could, but it cannot as well. Yeah, it really depends on the individual. Usually what we see is with uncontrolled diabetes, you actually start to, never mind what I'm going to talk about that because people might use it on purpose. But you actually lose weight. But then that's losing weight in a very unhealthy way, where you're causing detrimental damage to your organs, you're causing damage to your kidneys, your liver, your heart, everything. So with uncontrolled diabetes, the reason why you're more likely for this virus to kind of thrive is because your immune system is a little more shot, and then you have more sugar in your bloodstream. So then they have more of something to use as an energy to kind of thrive. So I see a lot of patients who have a like sick day regimen. So with like diabetes, on a normal day, your blood sugar is normal, but I don't know, you get kind of sick, your blood sugar goes up a little bit higher. So you need to take your meds a little bit differently. So it's kind of unique in that sense, is because our bodies work a little bit differently. And if you have more sugar running in your bloodstream, so blood glucose level, so blood sugar level, you're more likely to get an infection or get sick. Easier, higher risk.
So I guess like a lot of the information out there, like a lot of people are like seeing the numbers and they're seeing the titles of these conditions and issues, but they're not really understanding the deeper reasoning.
So there is kind of like when you're reading headliners and you just see the like tip of the iceberg, and you're just seeing just this, but to actually understand it, you need to extract down to a further root cause. Like, is it actually the obesity, or is it because they have a pre-existing condition? Because you could be obese and not have a pre-existing condition, and you're not at higher risk. A lot of people like have said to me like, oh, you're still working. Is it because there's a lot of obese patients? That's why you got to make them lose weight so that they can not get COVID-19. I'm like, no. That first of all, they can't lose weight that rapidly.
You know something kind of annoying that I saw recently? I saw this guy online, and he was like, he lost a lot of weight in the worst way possible. I think he went on like a keto diet or something like that. And basically,
you could already hear my voice going,
but like this guy was like basically going on this long rant about why fat people need to lose weight for their health and blah, 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 blah. Like he's like basically like talking pretty bad to them, like down to them as if they're like worthless. He's trying to give them health advice. And I'm just like, but you lost weight in an unhealthy way. If you look at the stuff that this guy's eating, like there's no way you could like label it as, wow, this guy's really healthy.
Because people are literally like eating bacon and then saving the bacon fat to drink it or drench it in something. Like, why? Losing weight, I can't repeat this enough. Losing weight, being thin does not equal healthy, does not equal I'm better than you.
Yeah.
That's not the end all be all.
And that's what was like so irritating about this guy's post is just like, whoa, like where does this like entitlement come from? Like,
because you lose weight, you're not better than someone.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that again. Because you're thinner, you're not better than me or anyone.
Like me as a non-medical professional, who am I to give someone like advice on your health?
Yes.
And then,
especially if you're sitting there eating and drinking bacon fat.
Yeah. And that's me. Like I'm just an average person, but this is a guy who, be drinking bacon fat and like, you need to work on your health. Drink this bacon fat with me every morning.
Does this person even work out?
I don't know. It's just some person online I saw.
I don't know. That just kind of irritates me, but I feel like you work out.
Yeah.
You are physically active and you eat well. Then you are well.
Right.
I don't feel like you just forcing yourself to eat a certain way and not do any kind of, because I see a lot of this. I see people not eat and not be physically active. And then they lose weight and they think that they're healthy.
Yeah, that is exactly this guy.
Okay.
Like, and granted, like I don't know him personally, just something I saw on the internet. He was touching on the current situation, saying like, you guys need to get your acts together and lose weight and be healthy. And I'm just like, but you're not healthy. You lost weight in the worst way possible. And now you're preaching it as if you're better than all these people because, I don't know, supposedly you're healthy now because you're skinny.
I can't. I don't even, I'm speechless right now.
He actually quoted one of those things about like obesity and links to it. So that's why it reminded me of that. So.
I think this all stemmed from like a very popular podcast that I think somebody sent me a link to and I watched it. But it frustrated me because obesity is not a risk factor to COVID-19. It leads to other risk factors and it leads to unhealthy like outcomes.
Yeah.
That's why it increases your risk factor. But those unhealthy outcomes are the risk factors, not the fact that you are obese. Some people are just obese, but they are physically fit.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know. They're not losing weight, even though they work out and they eat fine. But that's just their way their body is.
Yeah.
They don't have any kind of pre-existing condition. Tell me why this person who probably works out more than me and eats better than me has a higher risk factor than me. That doesn't make any sense. It's not true. But in the end, I just wanted to say, look at the root cause and find out more information. Inform yourself before actually believing these too good to be true things. Like, what? Are you sure it's accurate? Think about it. If you question it, think about it and find the actual true answer.